All right, the New York Knicks. Showtime, You got Carmelo still. You already know. This is going to be a playoff team. It's just where they're going to be. They're not going to be in the top four, in my opinion. If they make it, you know, go all for them. I'm not a Knicks fan, but I do like this team, actually. I like Carmelo. I like Amari. Felton's all right. World Peace Test. He's a thug, but, there's a lot of them out there. But this team, I believe they were second last year, and they got knocked out by Indiana. They knocked out my Celtics in 6 games, and without Rondo, the Celtics took it to them. I knew after then that they weren't going to do anything special. If they had the Celtics down 3-0, and the Celtics were able to come back and then almost make it a 7-game series. If you've seen that last game, Celtics were down like 20 points, then had like a miraculous comeback and only lost by 8 points. But I think this team's going to be a number 5 in the East. What they can do in the playoffs, who knows? But I my only problems with this team is, can they stay healthy? Can they work together? Can Amari and LeBron, or not LeBron, but Carmelo, like, actually work together? They had all these thoughts and hopes of a super team and bring them together and doing all this great stuff, but it just hasn't worked out. You had the whole Amari gets hurt, and the Jeremy Lin, and then Jeremy's gone, and then Amari's hurt again, and then just Carmelo jacking up shot after shot after shot. I mean, they there's a lot of good things with this team. There's a lot of bad things. You don't know you don't know what you're going to get. When you watch the Knicks, are they going to have a good night? They're going to have a bad night. They're going to be hitting the threes. J.R. Smith going to be on? Is he going to be off? That's about the whole team. They don't they they don't have like all these. They don't do good at everything. They do great in a few areas, but when they don't do great in those areas, they have no chance of winning. So it makes it very hard for them to stay consistent. So that's their only downfall. I mean, I'm looking forward to actually seeing them all play together if they can stay healthy and actually get some rhythm and get some chemistry going, because they haven't really had a whole lot of time together because they've either been hurt or they just haven't been playing. But I like this team. You got Tyson Chandler in the middle. He's going to be holding down things defensively. Carmelo is your go-to guy who can hit a shot, just about anywhere on the floor. I give him the edge just over Kevin Durant for best scorer, just slightly. They might even be tied. Who knows? The better player, Kevin Durant, but Carmelo's just a little bit better of a scorer right now, I would say. You have Felton, who's a decent starting point guard. Wouldn't really say he's the best, but he's decent. He can run the show for them. So those three will boost them. You have Jr. It's I guess he's like a fan favorite now. He is what he is. You got Kenyon Martin. He's past his prime, but he can still jump out there and give you a few decent minutes here and there. But are they going to be able to beat the Knicks? Is the Knicks going to be able to beat Miami? Are they going to be able to beat Brooklyn, the Bulls, Indiana? I I don't think so. I don't even have them being the number one in their division. I have Brooklyn being number one, and I I got them being number two. Now, it could be different. Like last year, you had a whole bunch of injuries through everybody. You had Celtics losing Rondo. You had the Bulls not having Rose. You had the Nets just being selfish with everyone on that team. The only two teams in the East that were had everything going for them was the Heat and the Knicks, and the Knicks were hurt half the time too. So I mean, you don't you can never really add up anything. So or you can never really predict anything. So I like to see how this team does together now after another year being together. I think they're going to be a little bit better than they were last year, but they're not with everyone coming back. They're not going to be in the top four. They're not. They're going to be number 5 as long as injuries don't stop. I mean, you still have Brooklyn, who's old. Derrick Rose, who's fragile. Indiana, who's we'll see how that goes with them. But anyway, I'm actually very looking forward. This is probably one of my favorite. It's going to be one of my favorite teams to be watching this year. I like the Eastern teams better than I like the Western teams, but just overall, this is going to be one of those teams that you're going to want to watch, especially in those key matchups like against the Rockets or the Heat. All right, let me know what you think.